Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Dizzy Joao Pedro is Chelsea's new king. Crown Fire Brazilian starlet takes over world stage with magical double in Club World Cup masterclass Brazilian Blue Heart. Move aside, legends, Joao Pedro has arrived, and Stamford Bridge may never be the same again. On only his first full start in blue, the Brazilian forward didn't just impress, he dominated the global stage, delivering a performance dripping with flair, fire, and fearless finishing. In front of a roaring crowd at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, Joao Pedro stunned his former club Fluminense with a ruthless double to fire Chelsea into the FIFA Club World Cup final. This wasn't just a debut, it was a declaration of arrival. Signed from Brighton just days ago, Joao Pedro is already proving to be a game-changing signing and a potential pillar of Chelsea's future attack. In an era where the club has cycled through attacking talent with little consistency, Pedro's brilliance is a rare spark. He's not just a short-term solution, but a long-term gem who could transform the Blues' frontline under Enzo marresca. Explosion symbol Brazilian magic lights up New Jersey. Facing off against his boyhood club, Fluminense, the stakes were sky-high. And Joao Pedro didn't blink. In the 18th minute, he produced a moment of sheer brilliance, curling in a stunning opener that left defenders flat-footed and the goalkeeper stranded. It was the kind of strike that screamed world-class, and Chelsea fans immediately knew, this kid is different. But he wasn't done. Early in the second half, Pedro struck again. This time, it was a thunderous finish off the crossbar after a dazzling solo run. The kind of goal you replay over and over. 2 goals, both masterfully taken. A performance for the ages. The 2-0 victory sent Chelsea flying into the Club World Cup final, and it was Pedro, fittingly, who led the way. Cucurella, VAR and heroic defending sealed the deal. It wasn't all smooth sailing. Chelsea had to dig deep defensively, and Marc Cucurella made one of the most vital interventions of the match, clearing off the line to deny Fluminense Hercules a sure goal. The Blues also breathed a sigh of relief when VAR overturned a harsh handball decision against Trevoh Chalobah, initially resulting in a penalty before being reviewed and reversed. Malo Gusto nearly added a third with a long-range effort, while Nicholas Jackson, still seeking form, struck the post in a frustrating missed opportunity when Cole Palmer was wide open beside him. Despite those nervy moments, Chelsea controlled the game with confidence and class, finishing with 1.6 expected goals, XG, from 17 attempts, compared to Fluminense 0.92 from 13. Eyes what this means for Chelsea. Joao Pedro's impact cannot be overstated. He is no longer just a promising talent, he's a key figure in Chelsea's attack, showing intelligence, composure, and killer instinct. His understanding of space, ability to drop deep, and clinical finishing give Marresca a whole new dimension in the final third. With Mykhailo Mudryk facing a possible suspension and Noni Madueke pushing for an Arsenal move, Pedro's timing couldn't be better. His versatility, able to play centrally or drift wide, makes him the perfect fit for the fluid, high-possession style Marresca demands. And with the Club World Cup final looming, potentially against Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea now have a new weapon capable of producing magic on the biggest stage. Faced with bandaged head injury watch, Caicedo concern. The only sour note from the win was a potential injury to midfield powerhouse Moises Caicedo, who appeared to twist his ankle late in the second half. Marresca confirmed the Ecuadorian will be assessed ahead of the final, and fans will be praying it's nothing serious. His presence in midfield is essential, especially against world-class opposition. Pedro's perfect reunion. Joao Pedro promised not to celebrate against his former club, and he kept his word. But he didn't need to celebrate, his performance spoke louder than any dance or gesture ever could. He's the first Brazilian to score for Chelsea in an official match since Thiago Silva, and that makes this moment even sweeter. Fittingly, Silva captained Fluminense in the same game, past meets future in poetic symmetry. Final thought. From Rio de Janeiro to West London, Joao Pedro's rise has been fast, fearless, and now fully underway. This is not a cameo. This is the beginning of a Chelsea era with Joao Pedro front and centre. He's not just another signing. He's the spark, the sensation, the superstar in the making. And with the Club World Cup final next, don't be surprised if he steals the show again. Joao Pedro has landed. And Chelsea are dreaming big. Chelsea transfer storm explodes. Who's coming, who's going, and what's next for Osimhen and Kudus? Large blue circle fire Stamford Bridge set for major shake-up. The summer transfer window may be ticking down, but at Chelsea Football Club, things are heating up like never before. With the Club World Cup underway and eyes fixed on the pitch, an equally dramatic storm is unfolding behind the scenes, and it involves major names, blockbuster deals, and the potential for a final flurry of transfer chaos at Stamford Bridge. Here's everything you need to know about the next steps in Chelsea's evolving summer saga, including who could be joining, who's heading out the door, and whether long-term target Victor Osimhen or Ghanaian star Mohamed Kudus could still be wearing blue by September. Counterclockwise arrows: will Chelsea sign more players this summer? Yes, but the clock is ticking and conditions apply. Chelsea have already moved aggressively in the market, securing 5 key signings so far. Liam Delap, a promising number 9 for the future. Jamie Gittens, an electric winger from Dortmund. Joao Pedro, a surprise signing from Brighton. Mamadou Sarr and Dario Esugo, 2 highly rated young stars. But Chelsea fans shouldn't get too comfortable just yet. The club's recruitment team is still active behind the scenes, and more signings are very possible, especially in the attacking areas. Sources close to the club suggest that if current sales targets are achieved, there could be 1 or 2 big additions before the deadline slams shut. The areas of focus? White-heavy checkmark a wide forward to replace Noni Madueke. White-heavy checkmark a marquee striker, if the right deal can be made, Osimhen, anyone. White-heavy checkmark a creative midfielder if Joao Felix and Nkunku both exit. So yes, Chelsea's transfer business is far from over, but the final moves hinge on outgoings, and time is running out. Open door: who will leave Chelsea this summer? If Chelsea are going to continue reshaping their squad, they'll need to make room and raise funds. That means several high-profile exits are on the horizon, and a few have already begun taking shape. Here's the current exit list. Noni Madueke, large red circle personal terms agreed with Arsenal. A £50 million deal is close. If finalised, this opens the door for Chelsea to replace him with a more versatile or explosive winger. Joao Felix, set to return to Atletico Madrid unless a cut-price deal can be agreed. Christopher Nkunku struggled with injuries and has not impressed under Marresca. Could be sold if the right bid arrives. George Petrovic, with goalkeeping competition heating up, he could be sold to make space. Raheem Sterling, on huge wages, with inconsistent performances, the club is open to selling if they can find a buyer. If all 5 are sold, or even 3 of them, Chelsea would likely re-enter the market for a new forward, another creative attacker, and possibly even a central midfielder. It's a full squad reshuffle in motion, and no one's safe, except Cole Palmer and a handful of untouchables. Explosion symbol: Osimhen to Chelsea, is it still possible? Here's the big one. Victor Osimhen, Chelsea's dream striker for nearly 2 years, is now on the verge of a shock move to Galatasaray. According to Fabrizio Romano, Osimhen has agreed personal terms with the Turkish giants on a 3-year contract, showing clear intent to leave Napoli this summer. But here's the twist: Napoli rejected Galatasaray's £47.3 million, €55 million bid, demanding his full £64.5 million, €75 million release clause be met. And that's where Chelsea come in. With Galatasaray scrambling to restructure a new offer, Chelsea still have a chance to hijack the deal, but it won't be easy. For a deal to happen, 2 things must occur quickly. Chelsea must offload Nicolas Jackson or Nkunku. Chelsea must be willing to meet Napoli's asking price or negotiate favourable payment terms. It's not impossible. Chelsea have the funds, and the long-term interest is well documented. But they'll need to move fast if they want to stop.